Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button down below. We're going to talk NFL wide receivers. Let's get into it. Value changes all the time. I mean, you see the stock market where right now we're looking at possibly going into a recession. The stock market goes up and down. It fluctuates. The value of gold fluctuates. The value of Apple stock fluctuates. The value of everything will fluctuate. I mean, value is essentially just what someone is willing to pay.
I will pay what I must pay.
Years ago, the valuable position in the NFL, besides quarterback, was the running back. Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Terrell Davis, Marshall Faulk, all of those players were considered one of the most valuable players on their team. The NFL valued running backs more then. Shaun Alexander and LaDainian Tomlinson won back-to-back MVPs in 2005 and 2006. The Miami Dolphins brought in the Wildcat, had two running backs handling the ball so that the valuable position, the running back, could get more touches.
It was indeed a strange and unusual time.
Now let's fast forward to today. Offenses have moved out to the perimeter. Bubble screens are essentially part of the running game now. Running backs are essentially hybrid wide receivers. If you're a running back and you can't catch the ball out of the backfield, you're not very valuable anymore. How many running backs today that are considered bad pass catchers? How many are thriving in the NFL? I mean, Derrick Henry's an outlier, but Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, those people are pass catchers. And with the move to the perimeter, the value of NFL positions have changed. The value is all in the wide receiver now. Front offices around the league told us this offseason what they valued. Wide receivers. I mean, Christian Kirk destroyed the market when he signed that 4-year, $72 million contract with the Jaguars. At that point, every other wide receiver knows what they're worth. They're worth more than that guy. Tyreek Hill traded for 5 picks. And picks are valuable in the NFL. Unlike the NBA, where a second-round pick is probably not going to work out or be on your roster, a third-round pick in the NFL, a fourth-round pick in the NFL is probably going to make your roster each year. Devontae Adams, Hollywood Brown, A.J. Brown, all of these wide receivers traded and then signed to big contracts right after that trade. You could argue that Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, and A.J. Brown are 3 of the top 10 wide receivers in the league, all signed to massive contracts this offseason. Just think about this. Between 2000 and 2020, only one leading wide receiver had been in the Super Bowl. That was Torrey Holt in 2001. Now think about it. Last year, Cooper Kupp, the Rams win a Super Bowl. He was the leading receiver, had the most receptions, had the most yards. Think about Jamar Chase. Completely changed the way that the Bengals looked. Tyreek Hill with the Chiefs a couple years ago. Deebo Samuel. This is the new NFL. The NFL formula is pretty simple now. It's get your quarterback, protect your quarterback, build your offensive line, and get your quarterback weapons. A couple years ago in the draft, there was the debate. Should the Bengals draft Jamar Chase or Penei Sewell? Should you draft the offensive lineman to protect Joe Burrow, or should you give Joe Burrow a weapon? They gave Joe Burrow a weapon. Worked out pretty well, didn't it?
I would say so. I would say so.
The NFL has evolved. The NFL has changed to a perimeter-driven league, and now quarterbacks and wide receivers are some of the most valuable positions on the field. And this isn't what you would have said 20 years ago. It would have been the running back. Of course. Anyway, the NFL changed its views on wide receivers. What once was a luxury, if you had it, great. If you didn't, oh well. If you have your running back, you have a decent quarterback, you're going to do all right. To now seems like a necessity. You can run down the list of wide receivers and the teams that have good wide receivers. Who doesn't have good wide receivers? The Giants, the Jets. Not great franchises, not in great spots right now. Who are the teams that have the wide receivers? Well, the Rams have a really good group. The Buccaneers, the Bengals might have the best 3 wide receiver tandem in the league. Those are the teams that are winning games now. Wasn't like that years ago. If you had a running back, great. That's what you needed. Now, it's about perimeter play. Values of things change. Just like a stock market, the value of these positions change. Years from now, it might be that the running back is another really valuable position. But right now, we are in the wide receiver bubble, and we're just waiting to see when it finally pops. To hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Also, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. So hit that subscribe button down there as well, and see you next time.